is Perry Logan's cat. Welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan Inn, watching Conservatism Die! This is Perry Logan's cat. Welcome to Austin's beloved Perry Logan Inn, watching Conservatism Die! Watching Conservatism Die. That is what is really happening, my friends. We are watching Conservatism Die. Check it out. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Leave it to me, hello. Hey, leave it to me to take the optimistic view. But what the heck, it won't hurt you to hear the optimistic view. Now here's my view. That, okay, even though we do have a tsunami of huge problems facing us, I hardly have to enumerate the problems facing not only the country, but mankind. Normal people and scientists not paid by oil companies, no. We gotta work on global warming. Now think about this. Okay, you know, I'm sorry if you don't know, we've gotta work together. I mean, a planet, the whole planet has got to work together on global warming. Well, it's small wonder that the wingers are in denial of global warming. The scientists all agreed on it, and the right just couldn't have it. Is this kind of scary? Yeah, they couldn't have it. And when I guess the zenith of their power, I think the zenith of right-wing power in America was clearly the Bush administration, those years when the Bush gang, together with the unbelievable 190th Congress, together with the unbelievable 109th Congress, that was the one that got thrown out. It was pretty clear that if the right stayed in power, that the world might go down the tubes, or at least that the climate change was going to be much worse. I think that's the dead, cold, dead truth of it, that now we do have a national and international crisis. Now, the scientists are in pretty much universal agreement, pretty much, that man's activities are causing global warming, and that if we don't take unified global action soon, nature's going to hand us our butts. Wouldn't it be fair to say nature really is fixing to hand us our butts? May already be handing us our butts, and it's just a question of whether we let it get so bad by continuing in our old ways that it kills us, you know, or compromises us, kills many of us. It ain't no joke. And it's really kind of weird that the right wants you to worry about things that don't exist. If we've learned nothing else in the past few years, we've learned that the right is no one to have in charge during a catastrophe. I only have to say 9/11, which, denials aside, was clearly a case of negligence. That's my take. That 9/11 happening on Bush's watch is clear indication, there's plenty of evidence that they didn't care, that they didn't give a hoot. They didn't give a flying donut. No, they didn't give a flying donut, if you will, about terrorism. This is one of the most amazing things, If you look back to the history of our country before 9/11, you will see that the Republicans hardly knew terrorism existed. They hardly knew. Ooh. Yeah, well, they let it happen through negligence, and then with Katrina, it was just like Bush playing his guitar, you see. He played his guitar while New Orleans drowned. You could tell that not only the Bush administration, but many prominent Republicans just didn't care. Wasn't that obvious? They just didn't care. Oh, so what really happened then, you see, is that they proved themselves incapable of handling emergencies, and it's finally gotten, I think, borne in to most people in the country and the world that there is a real global warming problem, that we really do have to unite as a planet. Now this entails everything the right hates. Global warming, dealing with the reality of global warming, entails everything the right hates. Think about it. Everything they hate, because it's going to take a planned economy. Global warming is, well, even if mankind isn't causing it, even if it's happening for some other reason, we're going to have a planned economy to deal with it for any number of obvious reasons. Now, that's like anathema to the right. Yes, this is why they're dying. This is why we are watching Conservatism Die. Well, you see, they have to get out of the way. We have got to get the right out of the way. It's really about as simple as that.
No, my friend, you must understand we have to get the right out of the way. It's as simple as that. We have to get the right out of the way. They are going to block our way. Hey, the scientists know. And I don't care how much money they spent to confuse everyone, the right just set up a smoke screen. But the truth is, we need to get together and take action on global warming. Al Gore is right. Listen to Al Gore, okay? Yeah, and he's right about it. That we're going to have to do it. And what nobody wants to, you see what the right can't admit. They can't even admit it's happening. This is how weird they are. If the right does not like reality, they will go out and pay people to prove that their fantasies are real. Does this freak you out? The right, among other peculiarities, will, with all their money, go out and pay people to prove their delusions are real. They don't want to believe in global warming, and I'll tell you why. They don't want to believe in global warming because any silly Billy, any fool can tell you that if there's really global warming, we are going to need a planned economy. You can kill right-wingers just by saying, planned economy. I suggest you do so. Yes, you can really kill a right-winger by saying, planned economy, planned economy, and you can kill them, and it's well worth doing. Because you see, they're getting in the way. These guys could cost us the planet. No. Don't listen to right-wingers who get their information from weird think tanks. Right-wing think tanks, oh, I'm calm, but right-wing think tanks are simply groups of people who were paid to prove what the right believed all along. Now, is that weird or what? I hate to say it to my right-wing friends, but kind of gonna take the death of conservatism. It's going to take the death of ideological ideas and weird old ideas about small government. That's all I'm saying. You can't have a small government solution to a big problem. Duh! You can't have a small government solution to a big problem. Duh!
And now, Austin's beloved Perry Logan sings, "You can't have a small government solution to a big problem. Duh."
Duh! 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 Hey, you can't have a small government problem to a big... Oh, you get me so confused. Now, quiet, please. You get me so confused. But don't you see? You can't have a small government solution to a great big global problem, huh? Now, let's just say that's the reality. We do have a global problem. That's the reality, okay? I agree with Al Gore. Enough said. Okay, I agree with Al Gore. Enough said. What happened was, I think pretty clearly, the right just set out to confuse everybody. Kind of like a defense lawyer. Think about this. Kind of like a very clever defense lawyer doing their job. A defense lawyer will try to raise confusion about what reality is with the jury, particularly if the client is guilty. The only way to, I guess a good way to get a guilty client off, okay, I'll start over. Look at, an effective way to get a guilty client off is to just create enough doubt in the jury. That's probably all you need to do, because they'll be full of doubt. They can't convict. Yeah. And that was kind of the way the right felt about global warming. Now, they just didn't want, for reasons which I think we could all iterate, we could all list reasons why the right might not like global warming. I think behind it all lies the specter of a controlled economy.
The specter of a controlled economy. Hello, and welcome to the specter of a controlled economy. Yes, the specter of a controlled economy which
so frightens the wingers. Come on. We're watching Conservatism Die, okay? Okay, so this is a solemn occasion, and we are watching Conservatism Die. We are just sort of almost orgasmically watching Conservatism Die. And they, I must say, put in their considerable resources to work to confuse everybody in the same way. They put their considerable resources to work to confuse everybody, much as a clever trial lawyer will confuse the jury so as to gain a non-conviction. You know what I mean? We've been seeing it happen. Okay. Well, it's just not that hard to put doubt in people's minds. If you have, like, all the money in the world, okay? It's just not that hard to put doubt into people's minds when you have all the money in the world. And that's what happened. And I think that one of the central motivations, you see, was that, handling global warming, my friends, is going to require a controlled economy. Earth calling Republicans. Earth, and that is why Conservatism Die. That is why we are painfully watching Conservatism Die. This is Perry Logan's cat. Perry Logan's cat indeed. I, like you, am enjoying watching conservatism die. I like to watch them die. I like to watch the whole thing die. I just hope they move, you know what I mean? Well, yes, I would like to thank my cat. I would like to thank my cat, who, like most of us, is enjoying watching conservatism die.
But I noticed some of you are looking a little confused. Some of you seem confused by the show so far, so we are going to review the show so far.
And now, back to Austin's beloved Perry Logan in
Watching Conservatism Die!
What a bummer. What a bummer we find ourselves in, forced against our wills. To watch conservatism die. But global warming is not the only issue where the right is almost literally blocking the path to the solution, and that is, of course, the upcoming economic implosion. I think, or at least people are saying, at least it seems likely, after that kind of misrule, that it was, they had the field to themselves for a few years. And what happened? Well, among other things, of course, the wingers, they just hate regulation. They think government regulation is evil. And I think it's like even Economics 101. In Economics 101, you learn about a thing called market failure. Hey, wingers, did you not take, or, if you're going to come up with an economic theory, I suggest you take Economics 101. Okay, the point is, I'm not an economist. The point is that I believe that in Economics 101, okay, in Economics 101, on the first page, okay, after you get past the preface of the book in Economics 101, what do you find? Well, you find the concept of market failure. You find the concept of market failure. Now, what might that be? All right, many of you know, I'm sure many of you know far better than I, but market failure is a concept in economics. It's Economics 101. Okay, on page 1 is what I'm saying. In Economics 101, you learn that markets do not regulate themselves, that they need regulation. Earth calling neocons, markets need regulation. Earth calling neocons, markets need regulation. Ah! Mr. Logan is having a hissy snip over the fact that wingers don't know what you learn in Economics 101. Markets need regulation! Markets need regulation, you morons! And that's why the economy is imploding. Okay, not good news at all. But the silver lining is we are watching conservatism dying. They got into power, and you know what they did? They just dropped all the regulation of the financial markets. And we are now paying the piper. The chickens are coming home to roost. Switching metaphors in a second from one to the other. The chickens are coming home to roost. We are facing some serious, dire, heavy economic bummers. That's the downside. But we get to watch conservatism die. This is the I too am watching conservatism die. A reader asks, well, Perry, what took conservatism out? Hey, Perry, can you help us? What took conservatism out? Well, thank you for that question. What took him out? What do you think? No, would you think it was job performance? Okay, I think it's fair to say many think it was job performance. Yeah, it was, you see, because they got into power. That's what killed them. Take it from God.
This is God. I said thank you. I said thank you very much. I said God. I said God. Stand up and applaud. This is God. I said stand up and applaud. Applaud at God. Applaud at God. Applaud at God. Okay, just kidding. This is God reminding you all Republicans are traitors. I, God, like to come into every Perry Logan show just to remind you that when the dust has settled, Republicans are traitors. All Republicans are traitors. I call upon all Republicans to leave our fair country immediately. This is God calling upon all Republicans to leave our fair country immediately. We are watching conservatism go. Now back to Perry.
Oh, we're watching conservatism die.
And now, Austin's beloved Perry Logan sings, watching conservatism die.
Watching conservatism die. Hey, I'm just trying to let you know. I'm just trying to let you know that the media will underplay it in the same way they underplay the war. But you see,
the right is going down. The Republicans going down.
Conservatism is dying, and we are forced to watch it. Okay, with mixed feelings. But you see, they are getting in the way. We're gonna need, now listen, we're gonna need lots of, we're gonna need regulation to control this global warming thing. I don't care how right-wing you are. That's like reality knocking on your door, Mr. Winger. Hey, that's like reality knocking on your door, Mr. Winger. That's like reality knocking on your door, Mr. Winger. Is that we're going to need a regulated economy and, check it out, lots of international cooperation. Ooh, I bet we lost a lot of wingers. I bet we lost some wingers on that one. But this is reality. Knocking on your door. We're going to need government regulation, a planned economy, lots of international cooperation, and who knows what else that wingers can't deal with. I'm sorry, but we, my friends, are in a lifeboat. We have any number of big storms, possibly a perfect storm coming, of bad economic news because of right-wing deregulation, because right-wingers slept through Econ 101. Mr. Logan is displaying his wrath. The Republicans apparently slept through Econ 101. But I forgive them, just as long as it's all dying out. No, the whole conservatism thing is dying out. Their whole base breaking apart. The Democrats, meanwhile, you see, are breaking all kinds of records in the primaries. Now, you see, that proves that Americans are moving to their view of things. That people are looking to the Democrats to solve the problems. And you don't get to watch... Hey, you might not get to hear this on the establishment press, but I want you to know you are watching Conservatism Die. We are watching Conservatism Die, and you are watching Conservatism Die. Watching Conservatism Die. Watching Conservatism Die. Watching Conservatism Die.